November. So let's get it started. Great morning. Fired up. Just got out of the gym. Had a good pump. Did some legs, did some back, did some biceps. Now, we use the formula 20% fitness, 80% nutrition, have my morning Herbalife shake. And now we're going to do our 100% mindset because that's what wraps it all up around it. And Monday morning is the perfect opportunity. So welcome everybody that's on live. Welcome everybody that is watching the recording. Throw in your client threads if you're a coach or a client. Throw in your coach and team threads if you're an Herbalife coach, and tell them, hey, yo, Triple M is live. You got to hop on. They've got a fire speaker today, and none other than Grant Cardone. So I always like to mix up the speakers we have on Triple M because you can learn from every single different kind of teacher, of speaker, of person, because you may not even know that you learn from the dude that's all fired up, but you may not even learn from the person that's very reserved and quiet, intellectual, or emotional. So you have different ways of learning. We're all different kind of learners. So today we're going to be hearing from Grant Cardone. If you don't know who he is, he wrote the book 10X Rule. Also, Be Obsessed or Be Average, BOBA. That's actually a big part of the reason why we're out here in Miami. In his book, he said, you got to get uncomfortable. You got to stretch. You got to grow. 85% of people live within 10 miles of where they grew up. And I was like, damn, that's me. So that started the thinking of where else could we live to adventure, to explore, and to expand. So that's when Miami started coming to the conversation. So this is the guy who's going to tell you how to 10X your life. No matter where you're at, if you're happy in your relationships and your finances, awesome. You're going to be outstandingly happy. But maybe you're looking to change some things, to grow some things in this upcoming year. And he's going to give you the tips and tools on how to make that happen, because there's one thing to be excited. You guys are going to see this in the next, 60 days. Everybody's going to be excited about the new year. New year, new me. This is my year. This is going to happen this time. That's all awesome. But you guys, you can't just live on excitement. There's got to be excitement because you're doing something, because you're going somewhere, not just excitement, period. So we're going to give you guys the structure, the plan, and the know-how on how to build on that excitement to make this year really be ridiculously amazing. So Grant Cardone, how to 10X your life. Get your notebook ready for some live shares. I can't wait to hear from y'all. I got my notebook ready. Without further ado, my man Grant.
And basically 2009, 2010, and 11 really kind of showed me, oh man, a lot of my thinking was broken, Brian. It was like I wasn't thinking big enough. And the 10X rule is really about how could somebody take where they're at if they're making $29 an hour or $15 an hour or $8 an hour, or you're not even hireable right now. By the way, I've been in every one of those situations. Or maybe you're making $150,000 a year now. So from nothing to 150 grand or $1 million, how would you take and 10X all that activity? And then while you're doing that, also 10X your marriage, 10X the kids, 10X your time off. How could I have everything? Because frankly, I get sick of hearing about people talk to me about part-time, doing something part-time. A guy pitched me the other day, hey man, if I could just get your help part-time. I'm like, dude, I don't do anything part-time. Part-time to me is like communism and the devil, okay? I'm an all-in guy. It's never paid off for me to be a dilettante or a spectator or kind of halfway in. I've only got to pay off when I was all in, all the time. And so the 10X rule was really about how could I literally expand my thinking and also 10X the activity necessary with the limited time that we all have. How could I 10X my activity, be more places, be more social, have more family, have more. I know it sounds impossible.
Yep.
But the reason it's impossible is because everybody's thinking they need to balance life. But life is too long for most people. Most people end up at the end of their lifetime, the golden years, with no gold, right? I got too much time and no money. And this is happening in the wealthiest country on planet Earth, is America, where freedom is the choice, courage is our battle cry, and we have a middle class, a big, giant middle class in America made of about 250 million people that can't even pay their bills today. It's a freaking It's just a terrible tragedy. So my goal is to inspire people like, look, you got to get out of this deal. The government can't get you out. Blaming China or India or whoever you want to blame, okay? Mommy, daddy, whoever you want to blame is not going to change the condition that's on this planet right now. If you want a better condition for you and your family, you got to figure out, you got to get extremely focused. You're going to have to get 10x about it. I mean, you're going to have to demand it from the universe. You have to demand that this become like something that the physical universe takes you serious about, like, oh, this guy's not kidding, he really wants this. Hey, I was broke. You understand? I was broke when I was 25. Dead broke. I'm not talking about financially broke. Let me tell you something. No, I didn't have any money in my pocket. I didn't have any credit cards. Nobody would give me credit, okay? Didn't have a driver's license, okay? 1970 Ford Maverick. Had a 1970 Ford Maverick. No air, no heat, no door handles. The freaking floor was rusted, okay? I lived in a 275 square foot apartment, maybe 300 square feet if you counted the little step out in the front door. Paid $275 a month and I was late almost every month. So don't tell me about your money problems, man, okay? Don't tell me about where you were born. Don't tell me about your bad breaks. Don't tell me about what your daddy did or your uncle felt you up or something, did some kind of weird thing to you and I'll ruin your head, or your sister abused you or whatever, okay? Look, we all got problems. You got to fix your problems now. You got to get your money right. So at 25 years old, I'm like, I'm getting my money right. I'm done. No more excuses. No more crybaby. No more blame. I'm getting my freaking money right. You want to get your work ethic so high that people actually admire you. I'm going to ask you a question right now. Do people know you because of your unbelievable work ethic? If you can't answer yes to that, man, you're not going to get in that top 10%. You got to get at the top. People have to know you, not because, oh, he's a good salesman. Oh, he's a good this. Oh, he's an artist. Oh, he's a good pianist. Oh, he writes a great, story. No, dude, people need to know you for one major thing first. He works. He produces. The guy's there every day. The guy's pushing and shoving. Because the truth is, no matter how good your ideas are, how good your art is, or how good your skill set is, if you're not working, man, if you're not vibrating at a frequency that people say, my God, how does that guy do all that? If you're not vibrating at that rate, 10x levels, massive action, tremendous work ethic that's just a muscle now, and it's just a discipline in your life, and it's a way, it's a normal way that other people think is abnormal. Ryan Seacrest, Tom Cruise, Oprah, Steven Spielberg, Donald Trump, still pumping and working as a billionaire. Look, if you're not working at that level, you're not going to make it. Get your work ethic in, man. It's the American way. Work ethic. Check it out.
Back to the 10X rule. There are two components to 10Xing our lives, which is how we deal with all the challenges that you just described. We need to 10X our thinking, and we need to 10X our action. Can you describe to us what are some practical tips our listeners can engage in to 10X?
So let's say I'm a kid playing baseball. Okay, I played baseball until I was in college. And you see, the problem is, the reason I couldn't make it is because I wasn't thinking about big leagues. Nobody told me to start. If somebody would have been telling me every day, dude, big leagues, you're big league material. Okay, you could be in the big leagues. Instead, I was just thinking about playing baseball. And I loved baseball, okay? And I had little fantasies about, man, maybe I could be a catcher in professional football. But I didn't have anybody freaking like covering me up in this concept, this think. Because I didn't have a giant payoff, I quit. And the same thing is for money, right? If you don't have a giant payoff in business or economics, if you're just going to get by, you're going to give up on the deal because the think is not big enough. If you've ever noticed that people appear, your friends maybe, they don't appear very motivated. And you're like, dude, where's the motivation, bro? When are you going to get excited? What's happening with you? 70% of employees in America are disengaged. Why? Because the payoff is so small, right? What's the payoff today? I get a paycheck. I go to Whole Foods. I give them my paycheck. I go home. What's the payoff in that, dude? All I'm reminded of is there's no payoff. So unless the individual needs to really understand, unless the payoff is going to be enormous. I'm going to the moon, bro. See, I'd die to go to the moon, okay? I don't want to die going to the grocery store to get my last paycheck. because the payoff is big enough. You get it? So first you got to change the thinking. Once the thinking gets enormous enough, giant, big, giant think, then you would actually build a plan equivalent to, hey, what would it take to become a billionaire today? I mean, this is a target that I have now. So my fantasy now is I'm going to become a billionaire in this lifetime, and I'm going to make it public. I'm going to actually stream it out. It's never been done before. And I'm going to show the public how to become a billionaire from where I'm at right now. To do that, I need a huge, giant action plan that involves a lot of failures, a lot of misfires, a lot of starts, but I didn't have the fuel to finish. A lot of mistakes are going to happen, right? And then who knows, man, maybe I get halfway there. Even if I get halfway there, the payoff is enormous. See, most people think success is a straight line. I'm going to get out of high school, I'm going to get a job, and everything's going to be fine. That's not how it plays out, folks, okay? This is how it plays out. Guy decides he wants something, and the line gets all squiggly. See, right now, a guy decides over the summer, hey, man, I'm going to get this job this summer, and I'm going to make some money this summer. And then he gets distracted by the first squiggly. I don't know what he's doing. He's squiggling off because he's not focused on his success. He squiggles. You ever use this term, squiggle? Yeah, man, I'm doing a squiggle. You know, I'm going to go out and hang out with the guys this weekend. It's a squiggle. It's off path, off purpose, off potential. And so he ends up in a bunch of loops over here. Most people get stuck in loops. I did. When I got out of high school, I was in a lot of trouble. Didn't have any focus. Wasn't fulfilling my potential. Was distracted. Didn't have a coach. Didn't have an older brother. Didn't have a father. Lost. What am I doing? Okay, don't know where I'm going. I know I got this potential. It's sitting there inside of me. It's a little candle burning. I know it's there. I hadn't quite put it out when I was 20 years old. But it was low. Any of you ever been there? What am I doing every day, man? Why am I getting up every day? Why am I going to school? I didn't even know why I was going to school. I was just going to school. I was just doing school. I didn't even want to go to school. See, I'm squiggling around, okay? If you persist and stay focused and surround yourself with other people that persist and stay focused, who knows, maybe you'll come out the other end. Today, I spend 95% of my time on offense, financially on offense, and 5% or less sometimes actually on defense. What that means is this: spend all your time on banking money, making money, spend money actually to make money, and only spend about 4 or 5% of your time on budgets, saving, reducing. See, the point here is this: if you notice how many people on this planet are talking about saving money, what they all have in common is they're broke. They're worried, they're scared, they never have enough money, okay? You know why? Because they're spending 95% of their time on coupons, clippings, savings, looking for the best deal, running all the way across town to save a buck, when they could have spent all that time on banking dough, on making money, on getting creative and productive. So look, you can start monetizing now, you can start making money now, but you got to get your head right. Get out of that middle class mentality, which really is just a poor think, and start spending all your time on building skills, investing money, advertising, marketing, promoting, to do what you got to do to get the income up. First the income, strengthen that first income flow, then start looking for symbiotic multiple flows that are connected, friendly flows, and then start banking money. You save money to invest. That's the only reason you save money. Not for retirement, not for problems in the future, not for a rainy day, so that you can blow up and explode with multiple passive income flows into the future. I just want people to understand this. You don't need to love every second of every day, okay? You don't need to love it. You don't even need to like it. I mean, I get sick. I was at the Pentagon talking to a bunch of troops in transition, and everybody was up there. The speakers were telling them, do what you love when you get back in transition. You've served us in Afghanistan. Come back. Find what you love. And I'm like, dude, that's bullshit. Oh, that's crazy. What are y'all doing, man? Look, you need to do what it takes, whatever it takes to take care of your family today. Most of what you and I have to do every day, we don't love. I mean, I start my day like this. Okay, I start my day like, man, I don't even know if I want to get up this morning. Dude, I don't want to get up, okay? Oh my God, Brian, I don't want to get up today. Dude, I want to sleep in. My little 6-year-old comes and jumps in. She plays. I'm like, I just want to stay in here and just love on her all day. But you know what? I'm like, oh, I got to drive to work. I got to show up. And this is where the flow happens. When you push through the grind and like, okay, I'm going to show up anyway. And then all of a sudden, and this is where I agree, I start creating, I start doing my deal. I start finding out who I really am. I start getting to exercise my creativity. And then I'm like, oh, dude, that's what I'm here for. I'm in my purpose now.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'd love to know, what did you...
Awesome. My man Grant broke down some nuggets for us. So fired up. I got a few takeaways, and get your takeaways ready. If you're at work and you can't share live, no problem. Put it in the chat bar, and we'll read a few off. Let us know where you're from, too. So a couple of my biggest takeaways. Blaming isn't going to get you out. So sometimes we can get frustrated. I found myself frustrated. I'm here, I'm there. This isn't working out. That's not working out. The first instinct would be for me to blame. I'd be like, well, it's this person, it's that person, it's because of this and that happened. And honestly, the blaming never works. It might make me feel better for a second, but if my goal is to feel better versus my goal is to make it go where I want to go, the goal is to make it right, the goal is to be effective. Because feeling better and being effective aren't always in the same way or the same place. So when I blame, number one, I take all the control away from myself. I'm saying things aren't the way they are because of somebody else, something else. And it like takes me off the hook. It like takes away my responsibility so that I, number one, can't do anything about it. And number two, now because I can't do anything about it, what's the point of even, trying? What's the point of even effort? So it's like a losing game. I've never met anybody that's blamed themselves to success. I never did it. Well, it's because of you, man, and it's because of them. And blaming never got me success. I've never seen anybody up on the podium, number one, get recognized. You know what is your tip for success? You know what? I blamed everybody on the way up here. It was their fault. No, usually it's like, oh, no, I took responsibility. Oh, no, this happened, and then because of this, I did that. So blaming doesn't get you out. You must, I can't even read my own writing. You must demand, there you go, it looks like review. You must demand it. And really what demand means is that it can't be either or for you. It can't be either or for your success. I feel like a lot of people kind of wade through life and it's like, well, if it turns out cool, I'll take it. If not, you know what? Oh, well. And it's like that kind of life won't be a happy life. Because if you want your dreams and those things that keep you up at night and that extraordinary life and that extraordinary relationship, those things don't just happen by happenstance. They don't just wake up and knock on your door in the morning and say, hey, yo, what's up? We're here. I got everything you ever wanted. Like, it's going to take some demanding. And your number one, I'm going to tell you where it's going to have to start. It's going to have to start in the mindset. It's going to have to start in the mindset. And really what I mean by that, because I know we can use that word kind of loosely, the mindset, yeah, 100%. No, what it means is you're going to have to start to condition your thoughts. I think people understand that if you want to get muscles, you got to go to the gym, right? But I'm going to tell you also, if you want to have a positive life, you're going to have to go to the gym of your thoughts. What does that mean? I'm going to give you a couple tips. Number one, reading books. I got books right here. 2 of these books, amazing. Abraham Hicks, she talks a lot about the power of thoughts. Books. Number 2, meditation. Number 3, journaling and writing things down. Number 4, listening to audios, whether it be YouTube, songs, I don't know, audiobooks, whatever it is. Just like you train your body, you must also start to train your thoughts, and then this is what it's going to do for you. When you start to train your thoughts, you're going to become more aware of the thoughts you think. That's the first step. So don't think you're going in the wrong direction because you're like, well, I started doing this training, and now I notice that I think this way all the time. Perfect. Now you're aware of it because you always thought that way. You just probably weren't aware of it. Now, the next step is once you're aware is to start making an effort to redirect. There's a few different ways you can redirect. There's what's called the 5-second rule. You count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and start to focus on something else. You can use affirmations. You can use a journal. You can use music. You can use meditation. And then once you awareness and once you put the effort in to change it, now the third step is going to be repetition. It's not going to start overnight. You're not going to change all your thoughts in a week. But just like that first week, you didn't get abs from being 50 pounds overweight, or you didn't get flat stomach and, glutes you wanted for being 30 pounds overweight or maybe 20 pounds underweight. It's going to take time on your thoughts too. They take time to change the habits you built since you were 5 and 6 years old. That's where your thoughts come from. So you must demand it. That all starts right here. And then the last one I'm going to give you guys is I really like show up anyway. Because I feel like show up anyway can be in your job. It can be in your relationships. It can be in your family. Like, there's going to be parts of your life that you don't like. Like, I love the fact that we want to say, well, if you wake up every morning and you never have to go to work, you live a successful life. Yeah, that's cool and all that. But everything you're not going to like. You're not going to like when you have some tough times in your family. You're not going to like when that relationship goes sour. You're not going to like when you don't even live up to what you wanted yourself to live up to. You're not going to like these things. But if you don't show up, that never gets anything better. So I feel like knowing that we got to show up no matter what, whether we like it or not, is our pathway to getting to more of the things we do like. It's like people call it, well, if you try to watch how you eat all the time, how's that freedom? You'll never be free. It'd be like saying, well, if you never watch your money, you're always going to get rich. No, that's the exact way not to get rich. It's the discipline of being aware of what you eat, how you spend, how you think, and how you show up that gives you the freedom later. Because if you have the discipline to say, hey, I'm going to show up no matter what, even when I like it or don't, I guarantee you with the years, the time passing, you'll be showing up for more of the things that you like, and less that you don't. If you get into this mindset of, I don't want it, I don't feel like it, then you're going to be having to show up of more things that you don't like. But the thing is, you're going to have to show up from outside restrictions. You don't feel like paying your taxes, guess what? The government's going to come and make you pay taxes. You don't want to pay your bills, the bill collector's going to come and make you pay bills. So the discipline of having to show up, making yourself show up, actually gives you more freedom in the long run. It's an amazing dichotomy. So those are my biggest takeaways. Let's get a few from you guys. Give me a thumbs up or a smile if you're excited to share. Let's get it. Marv out there on the beach. What's up? What you got for us?
What up, guys? Happy Triple M. Man, one of my biggest takeaways was stop making excuses. A lot of us tend to make excuses. Some of us, especially I know most of us are here on do Herbalife already. So one of the main common ones that I hear is, I can't be successful because I don't get this from my upline. I don't have this from my attention. I don't get this from, like, just excuses galore. And I think the biggest thing is when people stop making excuses and really take initiative of their own personal, being, that's when we'll actually grow as a person and, be successful in what you want to do. Another one that you said as well was show up anyway. Sometimes people don't want to go to work. Sometimes people don't want to, be dealing with clients, dealing with teammates, dealing with all kinds of stuff going on. But at the end of the day, what is it you really want, and what are you going to show up for? If you're going to show up powerfully and be there for everything no matter what, even when you're having the worst day possible, you still show up powerfully, because that's what's going to show up in your life, in your business, and in your relationship. So that's one of my, two of the biggest ones that, really, really touched on, and, really, really stop making excuses. I see it so many times on and on and on. And even us, I can make up an excuse. Well, I don't want to go to the gym. Well, I don't want to go do something, right? But if you really stop making excuses and just go after it, that's really where it's at. And then one more is focus. Get laser focused in anything and everything that you do. If it's results, if it's business, if it's, taking on a new job, whatever it is, just focus and give your 110%, because if you're not giving it 110%, you're not showing up for yourself, and you're not showing up powerfully at all.
Yo, epic nuggets. Fired up, man. Thanks for sharing that. Let's get it 1 to 2 more shares. Give me a thumbs up or a smile if you're excited to share. Anna, what's up? What you got for us?
Hey guys, Anna from Green Bay. Okay, so going off of Marvin, for the show up anyways, even for me, I get up early in the morning to work out because it's my only time before I have to go to school. And you know what, I make excuses all the time. Today's Monday. I was like, oh, my bed's so warm. I want to sleep in for a little bit longer, but you know, I'm not going to get results from chilling in bed. So get up anyways, show up anyways. People rely on you, and they know you're reliable for that. And then another one, my biggest takeaway was the go big. I usually plan a lot of goals and my visions. I make them big, and then I step back and make a plan of how I'm going to hit those goals. So whether they're monthly, yearly, whatever that is, in my job, in my school, in my results, stuff like that. And making a plan of how you're going to get there is how you're going to get there. And yeah, you're going to get mistakes. You're going to have failures. You know, you might fall off your plan a little bit. But, you know, every day is a new day. So get right back on and just trust the process and everything in your life. So, yeah.
Love it. Epic takeaways. Do it anyway. Like, you ain't got to feel like it to make it happen. I love it. Let's get one more takeaway. Give me a thumbs up or a smile if you're excited to share. Let's get it. Olga's iPad. What's up? What y'all got?
Olga and Brian.
Hey, one of the things that I kind of noticed, and if you kind of look at it, the biggest takeaway from this is that I got as number one, demand greatness. If you look at everything else on that line, in order for you to demand greatness, not only for yourself, but for the people around you, you have to do everything else down that line. You have to not make excuses. You have to improve your work ethic. You have to go big, focus, be on the offensive, and show up anyway. So everything from number 2 all the way down to number 7 boils down to, you know, you demanding greatness for yourself. You know, in this business, you know, we have to not only demand greatness for ourselves, but you also got to think you got to demand greatness from everybody around you, because if you demand greatness for yourself, then you attract those same kind of people. You know, you can't just, you know, you can't just do it for yourself. You have to push that information to everybody else. That way, everybody else has that same mentality to demand greatness for themselves. You know, this business is about having that mentality around you. You know, we have to project that to everybody around us. You know, so that's like I said, that's my biggest takeaway from this this whole experience today. Demand greatness from yourself, and in doing so, project it, and you'll pull those people in that are going to want to demand greatness for themselves as well.
Love it. Dope, Brian. Olga, anything you wanted to share, or is just Brian?
Yeah, I do actually show up anyway. I don't look my best today. I don't feel my best, but I got up and I'm taking care of what I need to take care of. I'm still on my chats. I'm still, you know, letting people know, hey, I don't feel good, but I'm here. I'm here for y'all. Whatever you need, I'm doing it. I'm doing it with you. So show up anyway. That's my biggest takeaway.
Nice. Show up anyways is a life changer. I love it, because you guys, your goals really don't care if you feel like it. It doesn't require that you feel like it to make it happen. So I feel like once you understand that, you can understand that your feelings really have nothing to do with your success. You're never going to feel like doing all the – this is really the last thing I'm going to give you. You're never going to feel like doing all the things it takes. You're never going to feel like doing all the things it takes. I'll tell you that right now. Because all the things it takes are sometimes going to suck. Sometimes you're going to be tired. Sometimes you're going to not want to do it. Sometimes you're not going to be in the mood. Sometimes you're going to think you're not that kind of person. Sometimes you're going to think you're going to look stupid. Sometimes you think you're going to fail. Sometimes you think you're not going to make the money. Sometimes you think you're going to lose the money. Sometimes you think you're going to lose some friends. You're going to have all these thoughts going on in your head. You're not ever going to feel like doing all the steps it takes to get to your best self, biggest goals and dreams. So if you can know that already, you can take that off the plate. Not feeling like it is not a reason that I cannot do these things. That's off the plate. So that can never be a reason for you. Why didn't you do it? I didn't feel like it. That ain't on the plate. That's not an option on this entree. So now that you know that, you got this week to go in on your goals, your health goals, your business goals if you're an Herbalife coach, your life goals, your relationship goals, whatever it is. Like, it's time right now, you guys. It's November 6th. But you got to start thinking like January 1st. I know so many people are starting to check out. I already know. But that's not y'all. You're on Triple M Live. You're watching a recording. You're sharing the recording. You're getting the nuggets. You're living the life. You're taking it in. I guarantee you guys are going to inspire the other people that are checking out right now, because they're going to see your 2018 and they're going to see their 2018. They're going to be like, wait a minute, it kind of went like. Sometimes you just got to lead by example first and then bring them in when they're ready. So keep it up, you guys. I'm going to unmute everybody. Let's get it. Happy Monday.
Yeah. Happy Monday, everybody. Amazing call.
Peace.